Hmm. Right now, the storm looks like it is still moving southeast, but I if I suspect right, it's going to curve around right as it hits the border.
Yeah, so that is currently what we're looking at. Um, oh, we have okay. So we will be monitoring these comments as best as we can. Please bear with us as um, we're figuring things out. Okay, like Michael was just saying, we are part of the Storm Master weather group channel. I'm not really
Team.
sure. Team. Yeah, team. Uh, so, well, right now we're breaking in because we do have several severe thunderstorm warnings going on at the time, mostly in Oklahoma, but we did also have a severe thunderstorm in Arkansas. Is that still there or has that dropped off?
The severe thunderstorm.
So right now, what we're looking at is this one in Oklahoma. It's near Colgate and Atoka. This is also going to include Wapanaka, Interstate 69, 43, moving into 375. So if you are anywhere in this area, Antlers, you also need to be careful. Ashland, you should be seeing it right now. Savannah, it should be rolling in along with Kiowa. This is a very, very long storm, and there is several small hail cores. So most are about an inch or less, though we did have a report of 2 inch hail. So this is going to be something you want to watch out for. But the biggest issue that we're having currently is you're going to be seeing a lot of flash flooding. This storm is moving at 2 different speeds, which I find very abnormal to begin with. So, what we're working on here is that based on the way that the storm is going, we do have an area that we are keeping an eye on. I stop it. Right here, just northeast of Colgate, kind of around in this area. You do have a little hail core going here. But this storm is moving in a very peculiar direction. Um, the top half is moving at, I believe, 15 miles an hour, and the other one was moving at 60.
45.
So 40. Okay. So the issue that we're running into is that with the way that this storm is currently set up, you do have the Red River here. And when it runs into this, we're going to have a lot of issues. But currently, this storm seems to be, how did you explain it, Michael? It kind of going
Basically,
counterclockwise.
yeah, it
Little
seems that because the tip of it is in McAllister and it's only moving 15 miles per hour. It's like this thing is riding the low pressure system and it's actually curving like a clock southeast, and then it's going to change to east when it hits the Oklahoma border, and then probably change again to
Mhm.
northeast, like the counter being the counter way a clock goes.
Right. So I don't necessarily, like we said, there is never a 0% chance of a tornado. We're already knowing that we're dealing with straight line winds, and even at 60, 70 miles an hour, that can do damage. That can push you, off the side of the road. A lot of these areas have been getting hit with a lot of rain, and especially this front that is moving only at like 15 miles an hour, it's going to sit there and it's going to drop a lot of rain. So flash flooding is definitely something you need to be worried
about. Reason why we get this storm is actually concerning is it has hail as well. We don't want 70-mile-per-hour winds blowing this hail around. That would be bad.
Correct. Yeah, please don't. Please stay home. If you are outside, take shelter from it. We don't want anyone getting their windshields cracked or bopped in the head by hail, because that would not be a good idea. If you have flooding, please try to stay off the road. Especially at night, it is really hard to see how much water is over the road. It is easy to end up hydroplaning. It's also easy to be completely swept off the road, because it only takes about to do so.
We already have flood reports in Oklahoma City, Norman, Oklahoma, and also a 60-mile-per-hour measured wind. So this storm is no joke, people. It's already shown results.
Yes, absolutely. So this storm does need to be taken seriously. We're going to continue to keep monitoring this. It does not turn into anything more than what we currently have going on. Let's see. So, do we have any other? Okay, so yeah, you're in Nebraska. We'll go check that out real quick.
There's not much
where in Nebraska? Omaha. Okay, I just saw that. Yeah,
we'll
take a look at it real quick.
That scary experience they had a month ago.
Yes, most definitely. So
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Once this loads, right. Well, with the amount of rain and storms that we've been having, it's too much. It's just absolutely too much. So yeah, right now I'm not really seeing anything up here.
We are going to keep an eye on Arkansas, Kayla,
Omaha,
because we do think this storm might go over the western part of Arkansas. So if you have family there, don't worry, we'll keep an eye out.
Correct. There is a just small line of rain showers, a little bit of wind off to your east, moving northeast. It's going to head directly to Des Moines. But right now, I'm not concerned about that one. I don't think there's going to be any issue with that.
No severe at all for Nebraska, it looks like.
Yeah.
Well, it's not tonight.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything major. You may get some rain, but I really think that's about it at the moment. If that changes, though, we will definitely let you know. You said you had family in Arkansas. We had another one drop. Okay. Okay, we have a considerable 70-mile-an-hour wind, 1-inch hail. Let's swing over there real quick so we can look at it. It's in the same area that we've been wanting to watch. Kayla, I will go back and look at Arkansas here in just a moment. So just to kind of give you guys an idea of what we're looking at the moment is going to be this area here. This is the area that we're concerned about, just because of this, what is he called? Like the cove, this little indent here, and the way that it kind of looks like it's trying to form a hook. Now, this does not mean that there is a tornado. It does not mean that there's anything like that. Right now, there is no confirmed rotation. Let me double check that. Yeah, there's no confirmed rotations. So this is just something that we're observing. It's a severe thunderstorm. One of these
It does
update.
have
Okay.
possible hurricane force wind. Straight line hurricane
Yes.
force wind, though. You do not want to be in front of this. Outside.
So again, stay inside. You very well may end up with trees down. So again, don't go outside. Hail, same thing. The best thing to do is just let it go through at this point. I don't think there's a need to be concerned of taking shelter and at the moment. That could potentially change. But if you live in a trailer, these wind speeds, these 70 hurricane mile an hour
You do not want to
winds,
get hit by any type of hill with that wind. No way.
yeah, it can do significant damage.
That would break your window.
Also, yep, it'll break your window. It can pull off, shingles from the roof. So really, you need to be careful. You need to be in a safe spot if you are in a trailer. But please just be careful because these winds can blow you off the road. So it's really best to, kind of stay put if you can. But if you're in a mobile home, you might want to try and find somewhere else. Just take precaution if you have. Yeah, if you have to go outside, please wear something or put something over your head, whether it be a pillow or a helmet. This way, if it's hailing, it's not going to cause you damage. So I'm going to keep this going because I want to keep an eye on this area right here to see if we have need of kind of what it's doing. So this is when was the last update? 3:44. So we're a few minutes past this last update. We should be getting a new one here shortly.
Okay, so your cousin lives in Russellville, Arkansas. I'll keep an eye on that city for you, Kayla. I'm TL, by the way. I run the night crew with Nate's team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Nate is asleep. It is his time off. So we are taking over right now. That is why we're not currently live on TikTok, but we are on all of our other platforms. We are hoping to merge over where this will also be TikTok live. So look at that area. Russellville, Arkansas. I'm going to have to find a radar real quick. That's, yeah. Well, we have so many that are down at the moment. Like the closest one is Tulsa, and it's down. I'm not thrilled with Springfield, but we'll take a look at it. It's right on the edge. So, so you do look like you have some storms that are rolling through that area. That's kind of heading your direction. We'll kind of play this to see. So this is moving at like a northeastern type path. So I do see it coming through Russellville. The biggest concern here, because it's not, there's no warnings. The biggest thing is going to be the straight line winds. So just making sure that they're safe. I don't know if they are in a trailer or home, but that's just something to keep an eye on. I do not see anything here besides the winds that are overly concerning, but we will keep an eye on that for you.
Okay, so Russellville does
sometimes Nate will be on here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything major. The area that would be is going to go north of you. It currently just passed through Fort Smith. That makes me happy. So yeah, it's moving through just northeast of Fort Smith. That does have a little hail, so anybody in that area, let's go look. Who's in the path of this one? Moundburg, you're getting the edge of that storm. So it looks to be heading towards Jasper area, Daniel Mountain. This is going to cross through Interstate 23, 16, and 7. You may also see something on 123, but that's just going to kind of depend on how this is tracking. How fast is
Where
this?
the bow is, where you actually see the bow,
moving?
is usually where the straight line winds come out, where they starts bowing out.
So this thing 431. Okay, so this storm maybe 25 miles an hour, I'm gonna say. I'm not.
Let me take a look.
Because this is saying it's barely going to cross into a new county by 431. And that would be just under an hour, like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
So
it's moving. The storm's moving at 45 mile per hour still. The new warning was.
Okay. So, yeah, this should move through fairly quick. We'll keep an eye on your area just in case it decides to do anything. But right now, I think you're just going to get winds and rain. I'm not seeing anything over concerning on that one. Let's go back down to Oklahoma. We do also have a severe thunderstorm now in Oklahoma, but also Grayson, Texas. So we will jump down there in a little bit. It is 3:50 in Omaha. Yep, that's what I have because it's Central Standard Time. So 3:50 my time. So they've got a little under an hour as it's moving out. So hopefully it should move out of that area fairly quick.
Winds are picking up near Hartshorn.
Sure. Kayla, let me get a hold of you and I can pull you on. Do you want to take over on this? I'll go ahead and, since we're down here at this storm, just be able to kind of like describe what you're seeing, and I will get Kayla in here.
Well, the thing is,
with the way it's moving,
every time I go to radar, I have to come and go. But yeah, this thing's basically flowing around a low pressure system that seems to be centered around McAllister and Stigler. And it's moving in a counterclockwise position, which is odd.
Right. Which, again, as there's right now, it's never a 0% chance of tornadoes or spin ups. But we could potentially be looking at an anticyclonic tornado if that was to happen. There's a small chance of it, not a very large one, but it is something that we're going to have to watch for.
I give it about 2%, to be honest.
Kayla, I am working on getting. Yeah, I'm not overly concerned at this point in time that's going to be a concern. I'm really focusing more on the fact that we have straight line winds, and that's really where our main concern is going to be coming from. Kayla, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think we're.
Yep. I just saw a mesocyclone discussion, and it's bad news. Exactly as we thought. That thing is heading for Red River area, and it's going to eat.
Okay. I will pull that back up as we're looking at this. Yeah, so this hail core here is definitely starting to spread out. So these areas, McAllister, Harpshire, Wilburton, Taliahania, I think is how you say that. Antlers, expected to be reaching you by 4:37. Hugo, Boswell, Idabel, even Hatfield, I think. Paris. Sherman, you may get kind of like the tail end of it. I know they have not extended out the severe thunderstorm. I do expect them to. Let's see where this storm is. You said what? About 45 miles an hour?
Yeah, so far until they change it. Even when a severe thunderstorm warning is
so
going, they constantly update the speed. Sorry.
Right. No, you're good. I'm just double checking to make sure they have the right info. Little over an hour. I mean, even though it's moving fast, it looks like it's got a little bit of time before it hits the river. So with that being said, those that are in this area specifically, this Texarkana kind of area, this is what we're going to watch for, because this is going to determine if this is going to becoming something more concerning or not. But it's definitely a concern of ours right now. I am working on trying to get you on here.
Yeah, Kayla, we tracked that tornado. I tracked it personally, and I watched it, unfortunately, as much as I could stomach anyway.
Right. Yeah.
I'm glad you made it through.
Absolutely. Kayla.
Okay, I'm gonna check the radar again. So every time I check my radar, I seem to disappear from here. So you'll have to give me a bit.
Okay. No, you're good. Kayla, I just sent you a friend's request on Facebook. If you can go ahead and accept that, I will send you the link to be able to come on and talk with us. So in the meantime, we're gonna. Oh no.
Okay, so yeah, you did manage to get you did manage to get the Mesos discussion. That was correct. The correct area.
Okay. So yeah, we're working on it. We're getting there. Bear with us as we jump through a million different screens and tabs that we have pulled up. Yeah, so Kayla, once you accept that friend's request on Facebook, you should be able to get that link.
Maybe it's participants. Hit the guests thing at the bottom, and then where it says invite guests.
Yeah, so she would be. Yeah, I've already done that. I was attempting to send that, but I have to wait for her to accept my friend's request. So in the meantime, while we wait for that, we're just going to keep following this, and we can go back to that. So this area that I was mainly looking at does. Now I'll answer that here in just about a few seconds. It is sped up. It's moving at 50 miles an hour. Wind gusts are about 60 with a quarter-size hail. This can do damage. We're looking at Johnson County, Bryan County, Cole County, Eastern Central Carter County, Marshall County, Atoka County, and Southeastern Murray County. These locations could be impacted: Durant, Medill, Atoka, Tishomingo, Colgate, Denison, Kingston, Dixon, Colbert, Caddo, Mansville, Paquito, Ravia, Aquile, Wapanuka, Stringtown, Lea, Bennington, Silo, and Mill Creek. So if you are in any of these areas, I would be getting prepared just in case you do need to take shelter. Make sure your phones are charged. Take us with you. Make sure you have a light source. Also, make sure that you are wearing shoes in the event that something does happen and you need to walk over debris. If you have helmets, please take those with you, or something that you can cover your head from any potential flying debris. So yeah, so this is definitely something we're going to have to keep an eye on with the way that it is moving. I agree. I see that bow that you're talking about. Just for others to be able to see what we're looking at, you can kind of see where it bows here. It's just kind of going around. But I also want to keep an eye right here with this hook. And my other area, one over here. So those are the three things that we're looking at right now. I pause it and I zoom in just south of Atoka. I'm looking here. It is crossing over 6975 and then just passing through Sulphur, which they've been through enough. But I really want to keep an eye right here at this tail end. And I kind of wish I had a grounds view of what was going on, but fortunately I do not. Do you agree? Is he in here? Bear with me. Yeah. Michael, do you agree with those areas that I'm looking at? Okay. Oh, yeah, he had to back out. So he'll be back here in just a moment. So I'm going to keep playing this because I want to show that. I can keep an eye on this. So yeah, there's definitely a couple areas that we are concerned about. But if you're in any of the, please be prepared just in the event that you need to seek shelter. Okay. Kayla, that link should be heading your way right now. Okay, you should have received it, so you can go ahead and sign in, or sending at least. Once you get that, you should be able to sign in as a guest, and I'll be able to pull you on. Okay. So, Michael, did you catch that last part of the areas that I'm looking at?
I believe so, but I didn't see.
Okay, so
I didn't see
I'll
any
go back
dangerous
over it. I'm
location, to
looking
be
at.
honest.
No, I didn't either, but they are areas that I want to potentially watch for. So, like this very end here, this one seemed to have kind of mellowed itself out, kind of collected itself. So I'm not too worried. I don't really
What's
think I
really
need to
going
look
to
at
be
this
the
area
kicker
at
is
the
when it
moment.
starts swinging north. When that
Yes.
pendulum starts
But
swinging north, then we're
McAllister,
going to have to start keeping an eye on it.
right, McAllister, Wilburton, you do have significant hail in your area, so please stay indoors. I would even stay away from windows because that could potentially crack or shatter windows, as well as the straight line winds that are coming in. Those can do some serious damage. So just be wary of that. And then I'll zoom in again so you kind of see where I'm looking in those two areas. They did just shift the position of the one coming out of Silver. It's going more southeast at the moment. But I want to keep an eye on those just in the event that something changes. So we've got the severe thunderstorm warning here. This one has the 70-mile-an-hour winds, which is what we're talking about. These areas, unfortunately, are without power right now. So if you are in the Texarkana area, yeah, this is where I start getting worried. DeQueen, Nashville, Murfreesboro, Hope, Texarkana, New Boston, Linden, Dangerfield, Vivian, Spring Hill, Magnolia, Benton, Midden, Shreveport, and Marshall, potentially even Longview and Gilmer. You guys need to make sure that you have an alternative source to receive information. Kayla, can you let me know if, or you probably messaged me, never mind. Okay. I don't know why this is being fickle on me. It's probably because I have so much going on at once. Yeah, I'm just gonna close out of that for a second. Okay. I will work on that here in just a moment because it's being rather fickle at the moment. So anyways, a lot of Texas, Arcana, Little Rock, Jackson, like at the further south we start going, you can see all these different colors. These are all areas that are without power. Some still have power, some don't. That being said, you need an alternative source. Whether it be a weather radio, an app that you can have on your phone. I highly suggest Code Red, emergency weather app. It's completely free, but it'll give you warnings and updates. Also, make sure your phone's charged so that this way you can join our streaming, and we will continue to walk you through this. We will not stop following this and tracking the storm until we feel comfortable that nobody is in harm's way. The whole Facebook thing is frustrating because I send the link and it doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it seems StreamYard has quite a few flaws.
I think I also have a whole lot of applications running in the background, so I think that's also. Let's see if it sends. Well, that's a question, but okay. Anyways, let's do this real quick because it looks like we have a fifth one that's popped up. Okay. Pittsburgh, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Let's jump over here real quick. Yeah, so this is still in that McAllister area. The hail, the strong winds, you just need to be ready in the event that this could change. I'm not seeing it right now. I don't see any concerns that this could potentially end up with rotation. But we're going to keep following it. Let's see. Again, this will be on the other half. Same thing. Right now, I don't see any hooks. I don't see anything of concern. So I think you guys are going to just stay in a severe thunderstorm watch. They should be extending that out here before too long. Yeah, so you've got a 35-minute. That's just because of the way it's moving. Atoka, Pushmataha, Choctaw, Pittsburgh, and Latimer, Oklahoma. Yours will be moving out in 20. This is this area that has a hail core. We are watching that as well. We'll see if they extend it. I would not be surprised if this gets extended several times as it moves further southeast. Pittsburgh, Oklahoma, you've got about 5 minutes left before this half rolls out. So you are going to get the back end of those strong winds right now. But once you get past this, then it should just be rain, and then you'll be out of it. So you've just got a little bit longer to sit tight for it to move out. Stuart, you are also out. Ashland, Gertie, Calvin, Holdensville, Kiowa, you are like right on the edge. So I would give it a little bit longer, maybe another 20, 30 minutes before I'd say it's safe to not have to worry about taking shelter at the moment. There are some there are some smaller areas over here that we'll watch. So you might have a couple more little areas moving through, as Nate likes to call them, thunder boomers. We may end up with that. So it does look like they extended this a little. 3 minutes. Yeah. So you've got a couple different severe thunderstorms that they've extended, but several of these should be popping off or dropping off here. 18 minutes left on the damaging wind in the middle. It does look like we have power outages already around Atoka. Try and get some more names. There's going to be Caney, Tushka. It looks like you guys very well may have some power outages going.
Boy, this thing didn't start out as much, but it's sure turning into quite a beast.
It is. And we also, have several flash flood warnings. Most of Oklahoma, you need to be careful about flood warnings. Please, you hear it a million times, turn around, don't drown. Excuse me. This is exactly the case because it only takes a couple inches on the road to sweep your vehicle.
And there's a couple flood reports of 2 feet of water.
Yes, and you can't really determine where the water is or how deep it is. You also don't know if that water has potentially ruined the structure of the road or bridge. So there could be pieces of that road missing, and you're not going to know it till it's too late. So please turn around. Don't drown. If you absolutely have to get somewhere, please find an alternate route. Just be wary. Drive under the speed limit. Hydroplaning is another big issue when you're dealing with these flash floodings as well. Storm drains are going to have a hard time getting rid of this water, especially because this area has been saturated constantly. So just be wary of that.
Oh yeah, this wind,
These
plants outside cannot stand it. If you have plants hanging in your homes and you see the storm coming, please bring them inside.
yes, plants will not reach either. Okay. Let me see. Kayla, did you happen to get my message? It doesn't look like it. I don't understand that. I don't know why it's being so fickle. So yeah, Kayla, you're absolutely right. Having Code Red on your phone, iPad, you can put in all different locations so you can kind of see what's going on. Just bear with me at the moment. I don't know why it's not letting me send you a message.
Probably because you're using an actual
Okay.
radar right now with it. This site's got a lot of flaws.
Let's see. Can I? No, I can't. This will actually be the first time that I'm having somebody else coming in. I'm going to clear these so we can continue to watch.
Oh, Kayla just commented. She says she has it.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, it keeps showing that it didn't send. Oh, I bet she's talking about Code Red. Never mind. All right, I don't want to take away from watching what's going on here. We're a couple minutes behind on our update. That just updated on me. It did. Okay, so this is the most recent scan that we're looking at. We are starting to see that bow on the back end.
It's coming back.
Let me.
Those straight line winds are reforming.
Yep. Yeah. So these are areas that we need to be extremely concerned about, and keep as this continues to move forward. If you are in the severe thunderstorm warning or even in the watch, you need to be prepared in the event that you do need to take shelter. If you have the opportunity to get prepared now, I would suggest so.
That storm's heading straight for Idabel. Those poor folks. They do not need another one of these.
Nope. They most definitely do not.
They still haven't even recovered from the EF4 that hit them.
Nope. They haven't. Yeah, there's several areas, and unfortunately, a lot of these areas have been hit multiple times, and they struggle. Radar in Tulsa's out. Lovely. So
it's been out for
trying
hours
to
ever since
rebuild
and
continuously keep. Yeah, I kept hoping that might change. Okay.
I could go. I could go on. Keep it going on that subject for a while, but I'm not even going to bother starting.
Yeah. Well, right. Let's keep an eye here on this bow and the way that it's moving. I'm gonna look too. Okay. Yeah. let me see if I can do it this way. Unfortunately, Messenger has been giving me a lot of issues today as well about sending anything. So bear with me as I do this. That's new update. So we're looking at the most recent scan. Okay, I'm just gonna do it like this. This thing is just so frustrating. I didn't have issues with this earlier when we were doing this. All right, looking at that radar, I'm definitely more of that bow. That is a very intense, and
Those winds are downright dangerous.
yeah, nobody wants to get caught in that. That I would not be surprised if we start seeing reports of power outages like we're already seeing here, but trees being down, power lines being down. This storm is not something you want to take lightly.
Yeah, all these poor folks might as well be going through a mini hurricane.
Right, exactly. So let me get over here. This. Nope. Okay, so where's our current live at? It's going to be this one. She is viewing it on Nate's. We'll get there. We'll get this figured out. All right, so Kayla, I am going to post this. Oh, okay. Okay, Kayla, it is posted right underneath one of your comments. You should be able to get there. I'm so sorry about that taking so long, but it is on Nate's feed, so you should be able to click on that. You'll just have to approve camera and mic before entering, and then place your name. You can choose to have your video and audio turned off. That is an option as well. I really just want to pull up this map and keep it up here. And then I'm going to get rid of this so that you can see the screen a little bit better. I almost feel like that tail end of that storm is just going to whiplash around, which means that if I'm looking at it right, it's going to run right into Paris. Because right now this storm, just so that you guys can see, is snaking all the way up and around. So it's riding that border.
I actually think that the southern part of the storm's actually weakening. At least it is on my radar. And the worst part of it, which is 70 mile per hour, is heading straight for Idabel.
Yeah, it also looks like there's a potential hook just behind McAllister. I don't know if you see that. I agree about the tail end potentially fizzling out. So these areas, Durant, Cotta, Boswell, Hugo,
You're
maybe
probably
even
just
Antlers.
getting rain, and that's
Maybe.
about it.
Yeah. But tell me if, you know, I'm misreading this, but this area right here.
Yeah, that's part of where the storm's hooked on the low pressure system. But yeah, I can keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I would like to, just because of the way that this is moving. I'm going to go back to comments.
There's currently no inflow there, though. It's just the way it looks because of the way it's twisting.
Okay, good. That is a good thing. They just extended out the tornado watch down by Hugo. I just saw that pop up.
There's actually a tornado.
And that is right where it meets. Have they updated? Mine hasn't updated. Hold on. I'm going to update it.
Just a quick awareness. There's an SWS that just appeared next to Joplin.
Okay, hold on. Let's go check it out.
It might not have appeared on your radar. Mine seems to be faster for some reason. You can see the cell.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see it. Penny size hail, moving at 25 miles an hour southeast Cloetta. Locations near or in the path will be J, Southwest City, Honey Creek State Park, Cayuga, Lake Echa State Park, Grove, Coleta, Dodge, and Zena. So if you're in this path, just be prepared. I'm going to swap this. Springfield radar is not exactly the greatest. And unfortunately, the closer we get to the radar and the further away we get from the radar, the harder our scans can be to actually see what's going on. I really don't like that Springfield one. Okay, so yeah, I see that little storm. There is some hail in here. Over right now, it's getting ready to pass through J. Just went through Salina and Locust Grove. It is heading towards Bella Vista and Anderson. We will see what it does as soon as it crosses over, because I'm not real sure at the moment. Yeah, they just extended this one out, so. These bows are driving me crazy.
Yeah. That's where the straight line winds come from, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's good that the southern part of the storm weakened, though. Now Paris, Texas don't have to worry about anything.
Right. I don't know if Kayla's still on or not. She may have gone to bed.
I don't blame her. It's nice that she can go to bed with no storms near her right now. Don't have to worry about.
Right, which is great. I'm all down for that. I would love for the entire United States to be able to have a good night's sleep. But that is why we do what we do. We stay up so you can go to sleep.
Those cells
Yeah, so
near
the back here by this
those
McAllister
cells
again,
near
like you said, it's the way it's whipping around.
yeah, those cells near Little Rock that just appeared kind of have me concerned though. They're kind of by themselves.
Okay.
If you broaden just a little bit and head to the
Check
Arkansas
them out.
state, you'll see it.
Yep. I want to get like a good radar view on this, and it's going to
See that
move right
cell right
towards the
there?
radar.
The one more to the east.
Yep.
That one I want to keep a small eye on. It might just die, but Arkansas has been surprising people lately.
Yeah. I mean,
Kayla's still here. She just said, I am trying to figure out the video. Do I have to fill out information to join video on here?
yeah, so I'll need you to give permission for your audio and video, and then you can choose to turn that off. It will have you put in like your display name, so you can put your name, you can put your username, and then at the bottom it will say to join the studio, and you'll click on that. It'll bring you in, and then I can go from there. I do plan when it's not so crazy to be able to do a recorded video walking through this so that people know how to do it. Okay, so we're still on this. Let me go back to radar. Move it over. Thank you for keeping an eye on that chat for me. I don't like the way this is working at the moment. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, so now we're back to that working for me. Apologies, guys. I've got like 6 different apps open that I'm working with at the moment. Okay, so we jump back up. I'm still keeping an eye on this considerable. This is the one that we're gonna have to watch for a while. I don't see us getting off air for quite some time. I think we're gonna be seeing the sunrise together. But yes, we'll keep an eye on Little Rock. Ugh. We're getting to that point here where we are literally right between radars. So this isn't going to help us out too much either. Right now I'm just looking at, so to kind of show you guys. Right now we are looking at the winds. So in here we have about 62 mile an hour winds, which is, pretty much what they were saying, 71. So we do have quite a few very gusty winds here. And these are definitely something to not take lightly. Kind of go in. Yeah. I see 71, 69. Yeah. Okay. And that is the new update that you hear every time you hear that whooshing sound. How far are we from the radar on this one? Okay, yeah, so we're like right on the edge. So this can kind of determine how accurate it is, but considering that it has a nose for being 70-mile-an-hour winds. I'm not surprised. So Durant, Gato, here shortly. And, oh yeah, Kayla's here. We got her. Hey Kayla, can you hear us? We'll see what happens. In the meantime. But she is joined, so as soon as she unmutes her mic, we'll be able to communicate with her. So yeah, what you can see here with these curves are, this is where we're starting to lose. This was a really bad scan, in my opinion. I'll see if they've updated it. Yeah, it's just a really bad location. Norman, Oklahoma City, Shawnee, you're going to be getting some strong winds as well. I'm getting more 70s over here, but again, I'm going to have to swap radars. Little Rock is going to be our next best option as the storm is starting to roll through. And their radar is terrible. I do not like their radar.
Portsmouth's radar needs
I
maintenance
do not like their radar.
badly.
Okay. Oh, Kayla left. What was the last of it? Did she? Oh, there she is. We'll add you to the stage. Hey, Kayla, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you. Hello. All right, so I know you said you were going to go to bed soon, and that we were keeping an eye on a couple of those locations. Do you have any questions at the moment? It's fine. Why do I have an echo? There is something going that is making me echo, and I don't understand what it is.
So we got the app now, so you can hear me. I'm Kayla. Okay. Yep.
Okay, so again, I just really don't like the way it's bowing. I'm gonna hide this so I can see my. Am I echoing on your guys' end? Okay, I can hear you. Hello. I know you said you were gonna go to bed soon.
Yeah.
It's too bad I can't put my radar up here with yours.
You can, if you'd like. I can take mine down and you can show yours. You'll just have to screen share.
I gotta remember how to do that. Hang on. Desktop site.
You're good. I don't know why I'm echoing. Again, I just really don't like the way it's going. You know, when they say that you have like 40 tabs on your computer and there's music coming from somewhere, but you have no idea where, that is what my computer's doing at the moment. Okay. Anyways, so we'll get back to this because I really want to keep tabs for you guys to make sure that you guys are getting the info you need. Okay, back at it. This last scan was at. Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna refresh my radar so we can get a more accurate view. Feel free to chime in at any time, Kayla.
Yep. So, yeah, I got it figured out for my lives. I do when Nate gets on. I don't know when he'll get on, but I don't know. I don't think there's any bad storms in Omaha this morning or today. I don't know if they're saying severe storms, but it might not be bad.
Yeah, we have the predictions for today. Obviously, those tend to change. Let me see if I can pull those up real quick. Okay. Yeah, so there is a significantly to marginal risk of severe storm tomorrow. That is just something we're going to have to watch and see because but as of right now, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as of right now, you're fine. Yeah, the straight line winds are going to be the biggest issue at this point, looking at those. Okay, another special weather statement has been issued. This is near Blue to near Kingston, or Kent to near Blue to near Kingston, moving southeast at 35 miles an hour. So this bottom half of the storm is actually slowed down. It was at 50, which is good. Hopefully that is going to show that it is just weakening, which is what we want. But we do have several areas, Durant, Madwell, Hendricks, Cartwright, Caney, Kenneth, Cato, Colbert. Those are all going to be locations that could be impacted. It also looks like this top half, which we might get lucky, is mostly just rain with some winds, some severe winds. There's this little storm front that is heading into Missouri, just under Joplin. This could potentially run through Springfield. All right. Where's the new one? They may have just extended it. Okay, so yeah, they just extended the weather statement in Texas with the storm here. Mostly just seeing rain and really heavy, strong winds. Kind of hoping the storm is actually going to weaken and kind of fizzle out. But we'll see what happens once it reaches the river. It should be hitting the Red River between 5:11 and 5:21. So we've got a few minutes. So let's go look down here. Yeah, Durant, Bennington, Boswell, Kingston, and Caddo. Atoka, you look like you're pretty much out of it. You're going to get a few little bursts of strong winds, but it is mostly just rain. And Wapanuka, I am totally butchering these names this morning. And I apologize. Looks like you're almost out of it. Colgate, same to you. Ada, you're definitely out of it. I give it maybe another 20, 30 minutes, and then the storm should be completely out of your area. More, you just had a storm roll through. It is heading to Shawnee and Tecumseh, just under Oklahoma City. There is a hail core here. It should be reaching Shawnee about 5:20 a.m. Trying to see. There are just so many power outages. It's not even funny. Okay, so we should have had another update.
I might want to go to bed, so I don't want to get in trouble by my parents. Why are you still up? I kind of stay up super late sometimes.
No, you're totally fine.
Yeah.
I think you guys are fine. When Nick is on tomorrow, he'll be able to kind of track it a little bit more, and we'll have a better idea of what we're looking at. Just because the predictions that they've been putting out seem to be changing. So they're constantly updating them. But I have you on Facebook, so if I do notice that there is a change in either of those areas, I will message you.
Okay. And any severe weather in our area.
Get some rest.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't want.
So I would say get some rest.
Coming down here and I'm still up and I don't want to get in trouble. So
you sound like you need some sleep.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good night.
A good morning. Bye. All right. Michael, are you still there? I don't know if he's in or out right now. Oh, there you are. You still? Well, now I can hear you.
Yeah, I do not like this site. It's got way too many flaws.
So the way I'm looking at this right now, it kind of looks like, yeah, there's that bow, but it looks like that top half of the storm that was curving is just fizzling out.
Yeah, it's weakening.
Yeah. And I'm hoping it will weaken enough before it hits the river.
The problem is it's heading straight for the Red River.
I know.
I thought I was going to curve around, but it looks like it's still heading strictly southeast.
Yeah, its projection kind of shifted. This tail end, though, I think is still gonna kind of rotate around. But I'm really concerned about it hitting that river, but I'm also concerned about it running right into Shreveport and Monroe, Ruston, just because right now they have no power, and they haven't for a little while. So I'm really concerned that. Let's see, do we have anything on this camera? Yeah, I mean, unless we start seeing some lightning. This is Perry County. It's not quite there yet because that's in Little Rock. I'd like to get a better view. Okay, so we're gonna go back down here and let's go check out the wind speeds again. So I'm seeing 40 there. It does look. Oh, there's a 60. It does kind of look like the wind speeds have slowed down a little. But since we are on the
Maybe a
very
little.
edge of this, yeah, just because we're on the edge of this radar, I'm not entirely sure it's an accurate read. I have to jump between that and Fort Smith at the moment.
Are you using a computer?
Yes.
That explains why you can put up a new window with your radar, and I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the computer is a little bit more convenient than trying to do the phone. Just looking. Mm. Okay, so that they're most likely going to extend it. I'm pretty sure they actually already have. No, they haven't yet. So that 70-mile-an-hour 1-inch hail, that's considerable damage. That expires in 10 minutes. I would not be surprised if they extend it out again. The Cleveland, Oklahoma, Lincoln, Oklahoma. Theirs is less than 50-mile-an-hour winds, which matches what I was looking at. They got about 25 minutes. LaFour, Curtain, Push Mataha, Latimer, and Chota, Oklahoma. You guys got about 40 minutes left. But you do have 70-mile-an-hour winds, which is considerably dangerous. Can do a lot of damage. Okay. So weird. Okay. I don't know what my phone's doing. And I don't care at the moment. Alright, so I want to look at this 49. It should update here in the next minute or so. I don't know. That tail end may hit the river, but I'm wondering with the way that it's shifting and curving, if it goes just above it. It can't quite determine which direction it wants to go. Because it goes from east to northeast, and it just keeps fluctuating. But this back end keeps curling in on itself because of the way that it's swinging around.
The good news is the severe thunderstorm has downgraded to SWS for Idabel, so they're not going to get hit by the worst of it.
That's great. That's absolutely wonderful to hear.
That is really good news for them.
I'm going to refresh this again. I need to sneeze.
The bad news
Excuse
is
me,
the
guys.
storm
Sorry.
is moving.
Oh, I know.
The bad news is the storm is moving its strength to the southern part, and Paris is in danger again. Paris, Texas.
Yes. And with that trajectory, it will most likely run right in. I was really hoping that it was going to curve just enough to miss the Red River. So if you're in Paris, you need to be prepared to take shelter. With that being said, Hugo, you are just getting into it. Idabella, the Queen, New Boston, Texarkana, Dangerfield, Linden, Hatfield, Minna. Talihina, you were just about to go into it. You probably can see it coming at you right now. You guys all need to be prepared. I would not be surprised if this area is going, be under a severe thunderstorm watch at some point. Especially if this Red River causes it to
explode.
Expand. Yes, exactly. So a lot of it is really going to come down to what happens once it hits it, and it is not far out.
Yeah, we're going straight for it. No chance of
we're
missing
coming up
it.
on it. Well, for some reason, and now I understand why my messages for her to get that link weren't going through. Apparently, Facebook has blocked me from sending people messages. So, Fort Townsend, you are just starting to get Valiant, Wright City. It will be coming in here pretty quickly. Okay. Give me just a second to go back to it.
Almost 5 a.m. We have one viewer.
Well, it is late. So, I am not surprised, and actually, I think it is Kayla still. Because we have, let me see. We have been live for an hour and 15, I think. I feel like it's been longer. Almost an hour and a half. We've been live. We are getting views though, which is good. Well, let me. Yeah, because Kayla can message me. I just can't respond to her. And I feel terrible about that. But Facebook decided to restrict me, so can't do much about that. Okay, let's back out. Let's go look at how the storm is moving. It is just about to hit that river. So I'd say in the next couple scans, we're going to know what's going to happen. And I really wish they would extend out these severe thunderstorm warnings
They're
you know,
probably watching. They're probably watching it close to that river
kind
too,
of, or at
because
least
that
these
river is probably
special.
extremely warm, and there's been a heat dome there all day.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just SWS, like they need to extend it out. If it does, we're running right into areas that are without power. I mean, 5,000, 100, over 1,000, 863. Like, there's a lot of people. This one's 2,000. Like, there's a lot of people without power, and this thing is coming right at them. And unfortunately, a lot of people are asleep, which is what makes this so hard. We're up to 2 viewers now. 1 viewer, 2 viewer. I have no idea. I really don't. This is the part I hate the most, because right now we are at an absolute waiting game to see what happens. So, and the only camera we have is way over here in Perry County.
Another severe thunderstorm cell just formed in Oklahoma
And
City.
really-
Looks like this is not going to be a one-wave thing.
Nope, just saw it pop up. So Oklahoma, you just had a little bit of hail attached to it. It's not even showing on there, but I see a little bit of a hail core. It's not very strong and very predominant. So, Norman, you are under a flood watch. Shawnee, Seminole, Wewoka, Holdenville, Calvin, Stewart. You guys are all under a flash flood warning. So, I'm really hoping Oklahoma City one just fades out. If nothing else, at least rain. Okay, so we are just about to hit that water. That next scan will put us right on it. While I do that, I want to go check these other areas. I mean, they're all right here in Oklahoma, but still. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a hail core. It may not necessarily last very long. But we have 1-inch core size hail, less than 50-mile-an-hour winds, which is really good considering that you probably just had some really strong, damaging winds come through. So this one is a little more mellow. And that's a new update. I go check it out. Lamar, what they? Okay, yep, nope. They extended out this severe thunderstorm warning. Going right into Paris.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to go right into Paris. So it should be hitting Paris in about 16 minutes. So if you're in Paris, you need to be in your safe space just in case. You are going to get some rather strong wind. We're looking at about 60 miles an hour. This could increase, but this is moving at 45 miles. So I'm hoping that this part is going to move through fast. And
That cell I was keeping an eye on near Joplin just went severe.
okay, I'll go up and look at it. I really just...
It cannot be doing that by itself. That is not good.
Mm-mm. Yep, I see it. Thankfully, it's still a severe thunderstorm. It's just south of Joplin, so I don't think it's an issue. But it is moving at 40 miles an hour, located over Noel, near Pineville, 60-mile-an-hour winds. Locations impacted will be Big Sugar Creek State Park, Anderson, Noel, Pineville, Lanigan, Powell, and Rocky Comfort. This includes Interstate 49 between mile marker 1 and 9. So you need to be prepared just in case the event happens that you are going to need to take shelter. All right, I'm going to go back to this one just because we are hitting it. I really hate that they're not pushing it out right now. And it is probably, in fact, one, it's late at night. They don't want to necessarily jump the gun. And until it officially crosses over the Red River, it's one of those live variables. But Nate tends to do his own Storm Master severe warnings that he places over an area. And that, in my opinion, is covering this, but down through here. I really think this is going to be possibly a little bit further northeast. But I think this area is where we're going to have to really watch it. I'm going to do this. So just so that we can kind of get a view of what this storm looks like. I got to turn it around. I'm terrible at this navigation. Okay, so you can see here, you can see the strong winds. You can kind of see how this storm is building. I'm not really seeing, I see some hail core over here, which is spiking pretty well. There's a lot of just clouds and rain, but there is going to be this band of really strong winds. Yeah, those hail cores are kind of fizzling out, but you can see how it's moving. And it just
The hail
updated.
core
So
fizzling out's a pretty good thing, though.
it is. My concern is that that river is going to make it recharge.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
see.
hoping
Still waiting to see it go over
not the
completely.
Yep. So I'm praying and hoping for the sake of everybody that the storm is heading towards, that this thing does not progressively get worse. But I do see back here just over Oklahoma City, this is starting to raise, so you are still getting some hail. It's not very high, it's not very noticeable, but it is there. Oh, excuse me. My other half has to be up in 3 hours for work. Okay.
I can
we still
always
have 2
post on our
viewers.
page if we have to get off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you need to go, that's fine. I do not want to leave this until we see what happens. I don't trust it, in my opinion. Oklahoma, Cleveland, Oklahoma, Potawatomi, and Lincoln. You've got 7 minutes before you're out of it. That is a good thing. Hopefully this will be behind you. McDonald, Missouri, you've got about 22 minutes. That's the one that's over by Joplin. We just had a new radar update. Lamar, Texas, Fannin, Texas, and Bryan, Oklahoma. You got 37 minutes with 60-mile-an-hour winds, less than an inch of hail. Really, my main focus, other than the one up by, is this one. This is the one I want to see what it does, because it looks like it's trying to weaken. And
We just
if
had
it
a
just
hail report
turns
in
to
Oklahoma
rain,
City. 1 inch hail observed.
Yep. Which would make sense, because when I did that 3D, you could see it starting up. So yeah, I see it right there. So that tracks pretty well. McAllister, you also have radar indicated flash flood warning. Let's see. You've received between 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain. With this storm, that means that there is enough water on the roads that it can push you off the road. It can cause you to hydroplane. You see what's below water, especially when it's dark. So again, I'll state that, turn around, don't drown, because for all you know, the bridge, the concrete, the storm could have damaged it, and there could be no road there. And that's not worth the risk of your life. So it's easier to turn around, find an alternative, or go home. So just be wary of that. McAllister, Krebs, and McAllister Regional Airport are included in that flash flood warning. It's really trying. That's a new one that they just issued. Okay, so it looks like they went ahead and extended out that severe thunderstorm warning for Oklahoma, Cleveland, Oklahoma, Potawatomi, and Lincoln. Still less than 50-mile-an-hour winds, 1-inch hail, which is what we just saw and had a report of. We'll run over there real quick. So they just extended this out, which I'm not surprised on. Actually, I'd prefer this one because it's a little bit further away. Yeah, this one does seem. Let's see it. It actually looks like it's trying to fizzle. So it may run out. It may die out. We will have to see, but they did extend that warning just in case, which is fine. I would like to see it move through and not cause damage. All right, that was a new update. Still got 2 viewers. Don't know who you are, but thank you for viewing. Kind of curious, because those are all YouTube. I don't know. What do you think? What are your predictions with this?
It's still too early to call, but to me it seems like the storm's re-strengthening.
Yeah, right there in the middle. Fortunately, I tend to agree with that statement. let me pause and take a look at those wind speeds. I am definitely more concerned about Paris, Roxton, and Honey Grove right now. I am getting a reading of 115 mile an hour winds. So yes, I agree with what you're saying about it enhancing. These are going to be some very dangerous straight line winds. 108. Oh God, I don't even want to know what this one is over here. 131 miles an hour. We near just east of Dodge City, going into Wyndham, Shady Grove. You guys need to be taking shelter. Like, I really want to keep an eye on this area because I really hope that that is not. Yeah, I'm a little concerned that we might have 126. These are some really high readings. 129. These are even worse. 153, 142. Are you seeing any rotation on yours right now? Because these readings I do not like
I think it's just wind.
whatsoever. Is it?
Yeah.
Because those are some pretty nasty wind.
Yeah.
I personally would be taking shelter. With winds
That's
that
not something
strong.
you want to be next to the window with at all.
That is going to cause significant damage. I would not be surprised if here in a little bit we see this area lose power. Yeah, I really, really do not like this. Stop it. Yes, as you see, I am taking note of these winds and their locations. Okay, so we just had an update on that radar with the wind speeds. So it does look like they've mellowed out a little, which is good. But we're still getting significant wind readings right now going through Paris. So if you are in Paris, please just be in your shelter. Like, these winds are nothing to play with. I just don't like them. So, Reno, Blossom, you guys all need to be in your safe spaces, because this is going to cause damage. I really can't say anything more on the matter at the moment. Do not go outside. Do not go towards any windows. Let me look up here because I see some more heavy winds. Yeah, 137. Yeah, these straight line winds are going to pull trees, knock down power lines. I wish there was more we could do than just sit here and watch it. No, it's not. Okay, so it looks like Kalahini, you've got about 75 mile an hour winds. Okay. So yeah, you've still got some straight line winds, not nearly as intense further south. I do think we're getting to that point where we're going to have to swap radars though. So I'm going to go back to viewing the storm. I want to see how this has been building. Yeah, I still see that little bit of hail right there. You can see it right here at the peak. Let's zoom in. Yeah, so you can kind of see where it's reached, where it's producing hail. But just a lot of rain, a lot of wind. This thing probably looks like a monster from the ground. Idabella, you need to be in your safe space. Huh?
So probably like a big old shelf cloud.
Yeah. So I can't even cover the whole thing without, zooming out. Oh my. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Go away. All that area is included, but that's not what I wanted. Okay, so everything here in this viewing area that is in the line of this storm. Every time. Okay. There we go. Everything down through here. I'll get this. I'll get it eventually. There we go. Okay, yeah. Everything in here, you guys need to be taking shelter. We've got significant winds. Very high, very dangerous. I'd be in your safe space just in case. We're going to continue to keep monitoring this. That was a fairly new update. So this is the most recent update that we have. LaFleur, Oklahoma, you got 70 mile an hour winds. That will expire in 8 minutes. So I would give it, a little bit more time, maybe another 10, 15 minutes before I would come out of your safe space. As long as that doesn't get extended, that goes for McDonald, Missouri, too. Let's run over there real quick because we haven't had the opportunity to look at this one quite like we have the others. So there is reports of ping pong ball size hail. I need to go to bed. This is moving at 30 miles an hour, so not too fast, but also not too slow. It's moving pretty much the way I'd expect it to. Emergency management did report quarter-size hail in Pineville. This is for eastern McDonald County. It's going to, again, affect Big Sugar Creek State Park, Noel, Pineville, Lanigan, Powell, and Rocky Comfort. Kind of still the same areas that we were looking at. It does seem to be traveling towards Cassville and Purdy. It's going to be running alongside 76, but should be reaching you guys about 6 o'clock. So you've got about 46 minutes. Bella Vista, you're mostly just seeing rain and winds. The one that is heading towards Joplin is, I'd say we'll probably get there about 6:20, 6:30. Rain, strong winds, probably some lightning. That's what I'm seeing there. So we'll keep an eye on that one just in case. But Carthage, you are probably next. Neosho, you're going to just get some rain. And we'll kind of see there's little storms here in Missouri, which we kind of expected is going to be happening today. Just based on the predictions, we are going to be seeing some rain and stuff like that. The ones passing through Warrensburg, Sedalia, Clinton, Versailles, Laurie, Warshaw. It just passed through Bolivar and Stockton and El Dorado Springs. So just kind of heading northeast. Jeff City might get something, but I'm looking more towards Marshville to Columbia, getting this if this does not fizzle out. So we will check on that. Again, this is our big one. So we did drop one of those severe warnings, which is good. LaFleur, Scott, and Sebastian. So LaFleur, you did get extended out, but they've dropped you down to 60-mile-an-hour winds. So you've got another 34 minutes left on that. But Scott, Arkansas, and Sebastian, Arkansas, you are now included in that thunderstorm warning. Is it? Okay, Paris, you're being hit right about now with that storm. I can't tell right now if it kind of looks like it's trying to die out, like it's weakening. Which I'm kind of shocked on at the moment, but I'm glad, very glad that that's the case. I mean, it's still reporting 70-mile-an-hour winds, but LaFleur, that one is going to drop in 3. So hopefully, as long as it's not still considerably dangerous, we will drop down to just a basic severe thunderstorm warning. But I would not put it out of the question if it went back being a concern that we keep watching. But we'll see what happens in the next 3 minutes or so. The easiest way for you guys to do comments right now is either through YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Those are going to be the best places so that we can see your guys' comments. We're still working on trying to set up the accounts so that we can be receiving everything on the platform. But this takes some finagling with working behind the scenes to get that all set up. But we are working out the kinks as we go. We're getting there. We're just about to go on 2 hours of being live tracking these storms. We're going to continue to keep tracking them. I really think that the storm is losing its umph. And if that's the case, I am super thrilled about it. You are still going to have those very strong gusty winds coming in right at the beginning. And then quite a bit of rain.
All this hurricane force has disappeared, but now we have a new threat. It's almost 2 inches next to Joplin in hail. Observed.
Yeah, and there's my warning. Okay, so yeah, you guys are definitely getting quite a bit of rain dropped on you. I'm not getting. Let's see. Let's check this one. No, I don't even have. Yeah, they had 1 inch hail. I'm not seeing the one that's. Oh, nope, they just took that special weather statement off. That was over Anderson, which is good. Hail also. So price of this. Cassville, you should be getting this about 5:58. It's almost 6 a.m. We are getting close, if not already, where people are starting to wake up to get ready for work. So this is definitely something that if you are just tuning in or you're getting ready to tune into and you're in these areas, the Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, and the far southwest corners of Missouri, these are the towns they're in. So I'm going to go check out Arkansas real quick. Since I'm liking that one storm is starting to weaken.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that one near Joplin, though. I didn't think that one would get that strong.
Yeah. I might need a. No, that's my radar. I mean, that's. I will be 100% honest. The way that I thought it was going to. Yes, I see what you're talking about with Joplin. Yes, it looks like it's splitting into two separate, but I do see several individual cells that are starting to pop up. There's a little one that's right over Springfield at the moment. Let me pull up their radar and see if I can get a better. Yeah, that one that's just above Bella Vista heading to Cassville. I definitely see where that one's starting to get a little bit stronger. I'm not overly concerned about any caving at the moment. We'll keep an eye on it, but I'm not overly worried. Okay, so looks like we actually dropped a couple of the severe thunderstorms, which is really good. I'm very happy with that. Arkansas, you got 42 minutes left on yours, 60-mile-an-hour winds. LaFleur, Oklahoma, Sebastian, Arkansas, you got 27 minutes with 60-mile-an-hour winds. And Potawatomi, Cleveland, and Oklahoma, you got less than 50-mile-an-hour winds with 27 minutes left. That actually makes me very happy because that. So if we can get these thunderstorm warnings off, and we can keep them off, and we don't see anything else becoming too significant. Yeah, that storm, like right as it's passing through Paris, and heading southeast, Idabel, the Queen, passing over 82, 70 into 41, 59, 71. It appears to actually be weakening quite a bit. So you guys are going to get some strong winds, some heavy rain, and then mostly just rain after that. So I would just sit tight for a while. There is some other rain coming in behind it with some other smaller storm systems. Yeah, I think that this one is going to end up fizzling unless it picks up somewhere else. Some special McKernan, Oklahoma. Your special weather statement ends in 10. Same with Oklahoma, Fannin, Texas, and Marshall, Oklahoma. And Red River, Texas. Your special weather warning will end in 10. And then some others are 25 and up. This makes me really happy, though. I really like the way that this is fizzling out. And knock on wood, that's exactly how it stays. For those that are waking up and getting ready to head to work over the next couple of hours, in some areas it's still going to be kind of dark. There's going to be a lot of water on the roads. So I highly suggest that you be careful when you're driving. Making sure that you're not speeding. You can still hydroplane. All those things. Okay. And we're back. All right. So yeah, we got a couple special weather statements, some SWS. I'm really content with the way this storm's in Arkansas and kind of see what's going on in that area. I really just don't like their radars. I'm not a fan of them. McAllister, Atoka, Cole, and Pittsburgh County, it looks like you guys have some outages. I am not surprised with the strong winds that you guys just had come through. So just sit tight. Call your power company. See about getting that turned back on. Yeah, Arkansas here. You got some severe thunderstorm warnings, which is kind of what we've been looking down here south. You've got the line, but this line is fizzling out, so you may still get some strong winds, but you're going to have a lot of heavy rain and then just kind of moderate rain in between. There is some lightning that I'm seeing along in the back half of the storm, and right in the front too. So over by Hugo. So definitely be careful. It's always good to remember that even if you can't see, as long as you hear thunder, you can still potentially get hit by lightning. it's still able to travel that far. So you want to make sure that you can't hear lightning. If you are outside with that lightning, just make sure that you're in a safe place, just in case. And I'm going to have to charge my phone because it's almost dead.
That's why I've had my phone on the charger the entire time.
Yeah. Well, mine was at 100%, and now it's not. And I have officially been up for 24 hours. Gotta love what we do. Yeah, that half is really just weakening, which makes me so happy. Potawatomi, Cleveland, and Oklahoma. You guys got 21 minutes left. LaFleur and Oklahoma, and then Scott and Sebastian, Arkansas. You got 21 minutes left. And then Scott and Polk, Arkansas. Both are Arkansas. I may have said Arizona, but Arkansas. You got 36 minutes left. My cat's trying to help me tell the weather today. So it is current Eastern. It will be 6:40 a.m. So yeah, you guys are definitely going to be getting up for work if you have to work early. All right, let's keep an eye on this one. Let's see how it's doing. Yeah, I'm not overly concerned about this Newala and Tecumseh and Shawnee going into Seminole and Wewoka. I'm not seeing anything of concern at the moment. We'll keep an eye on it. Boyle, same thing. Little pop up, run through, heavy rain, some gusty winds. I think you're all right there. Over here in Arkansas, let's check you out. Hatfield and Mena, you guys are going to be getting hit here shortly. But again, this front looks like it's dying out, so you're still going to have some gusty winds. But be more looking at the flash flooding, potential power outages, but mostly I'm hoping just rain at this point. So I'm hoping they're going to take that severe thunderstorm watch off. And at very least, maybe put it into a watch, but I think they're just going to drop off. I really do. Yeah. Yeah, this one down here by Paris and stuff, it's starting to break apart. That makes me happy. All right, Bella Vista going towards the Ozarks and just southeast of Springfield. Of course, it's definitely going to be dropping hail, winds, rain, a lot of rain. But it's pretty small at the moment. So I think we're going to be okay on that front. Joplin, you're going to get a small little one coming through. It does have some hail. Seneca, right now it's on top of you. Got about 1 inch hail being reported via radar. But that looks to be pretty small. So I don't think this is anything to be concerned of either. Okay. It's literally just a waiting game on these right now. But I'm actually pretty turning out. Um, okay. I will message you.
Is not a country in America.
Apologies, I have currently have people messaging me what's going on, so trying to respond to everybody. I mean, honestly, these storms are doing better than I thought, and I mean that's making me happy. So as long as they can
finally breaking
continue,
apart, finally,
yeah, and I'm really thrilled about that because that's what I was really hoping and praying for, and I'm glad it is. So I'll keep an eye on it for a little bit longer. The ones by Springfield, they've got some wind and rain to them, but it even looks like they're trying to fizzle too. So I'm not overly concerned about them at the moment. No, we haven't dropped one yet, but they haven't added anything on, so I like that. 2 will be dropping off in 14. They're all 60 and under on the mile per hour, so I'm really happy about that. Pittsburgh, Oklahoma, you are still under a flood watch at least for another hour and 44 minutes. I don't even know. Where was this one at? Oh, okay. So this one's for Canada. Canada's got 5 hours and 22 minutes worth of flooding for their warning, rainfall warning. It's a rainfall warning, not a flash flood warning. Interesting. I need to understand their weather system a little bit better because I feel like it's a little different than ours. Okay, so let's get out of here. So based on, and Nate can correct me if I am wrong. It's probably not going to send because it's, yes. Okay, awesome. Actually, since the radar is doing okay at the moment, minimize that. I'm gonna go into Facebook again, and I'm gonna screen share the weather prediction outlooks. Actually, So yeah, as far as hell, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think right now we're looking pretty at those storms. We are slowly losing warnings, which is good. Next thing is just trying to get on top of the power outages. So if you're without power, hopefully you had an alarm set on your phone, because if you have an alarm clock, it's probably not going to go off. And then that might not make for a very good morning. But you should be traveling for work here. For those if not already on the road, again, just be careful of flooding on the road, standing water. Just be careful. Give yourself some extra time. There may be trees down or debris from the winds or power lines down in your area. So when you're driving, please be careful. If you see power lines down or anything like that, immediately call the electric company and report that, because that is a must. Oh, and we dropped one of the warnings. Awesome. So right now it is just Scott, Arkansas, and Polk, Arkansas. Has 25 minutes, and then LaFleur, Oklahoma, you have 10, and Sebastian, Arkansas, you have 10 minutes left. So those should hopefully drop off. We do have some severe weather statements still out. But if we can get rid of these thunderstorm warnings, I'll feel a lot better about it. I'm going to pull up the prediction for today. Today's the 4th. Okay, so we're definitely looking into, I'm going to say that we're still looking into Texas, the northeastern side of Texas, following up through Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, pretty much all the way up through the Midwest. We're going to be seeing some heavy rain, flash flooding possible. Let's see, northeast Kansas and northwest Missouri, following up through Indiana all the way up. You guys are going to be looking at having severe thunderstorms possible. So is Louisiana, this southwest Arkansas and southeast Arkansas, northeast Texas, and southern Oklahoma. Looks like you guys are also going to be having some severe thunderstorms possible. Mesoscale, let's take a look at that. And I guess I should be showing my screen for this one. And I'm not. And that's okay. Percent. Okay. Percent. Share screen. Okay, so this is what we're looking at for today. This is going to be excessive rainfall. Again, down here, Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, all of that. You guys are going to be looking at least 40%. Most of the Midwest here is going to be looking at like a 15% chance of heavy rainfall and flash flooding. And the green here, kind of all the way over to the East Coast, down through the base of Texas.
That better
you
not.
guys are going to be seeing at least a 5. You what? Yeah, so there's
Oh,
moderate risk
no.
for excessive rainfall across portions of Oklahoma, northeast Texas, southwest Arkansas, northwest Louisiana.
That's gonna be
So those
fun.
areas we will, yeah. So, we should see southeast across portions of eastern Texas, Louisiana, and southwest Arkansas. The complex should become more progressive with time. However, short durations of heavy rates are still likely to drive some flash flooding. So again, these are just areas that we're going to have to keep tabs on. Trying to see. Day 2. So for the, let's see. I think this would technically be for the 5th. Yeah, for the 5th. So there is just a marginal risk on the 5th, going from Texas all the way up into Maine. Yeah. So all the way up here into Maine. This whole section. This is going to be great. But it is marginal, so you're looking at least a 5% chance of excessive rainfall. But this can change depending on the atmosphere and everything that's going on. So we will keep an update on this because they will update as needed. We'll go to the 6th. And it looks like at this point, we're just up here in New York, New Jersey, a little bit of Maine with that 5% rainfall. So I like to keep it that way. I would really not have to deal with severe issues.
All severe thunderstorms warnings are canceled.
Wonderful. That is exactly what I wanted to hear.
Which means I guess we don't have to be live anymore since they're safe enough now.
Yeah. I'm going to keep an eye on it just for a couple more minutes just to make sure nothing else decides to go astray. Because we've seen it before, well, they'll pop up.
Well, I was worried about the one near Oklahoma City, but then I looked at the speed. It's not going anywhere. It's only moving at 20 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's moving pretty slow, which, again, like. So there is significant heat risks through Friday, all the way from California down and through Texas. So you guys are going to be looking at a lot of major heat risks from Texas, Arizona, and Houston and Phoenix, Austin, Texas, Sacramento, California, Fresco, California, Tucson, Arizona, Bakersfield, California, Albuquerque, New Mexico, El Paso, and El Paso, Texas. You're going to have extreme level 4 heat risk in San Antonio, Texas, Las Vegas, Nevada, and McAllen, Texas. So with that being said, level 4 of rare and or long duration extreme heat with little to no overnight relief affects everyone without effective cooling and or adequate hydration. With that being said, drink a lot of water. Avoid the soda, avoid anything that's not going to be good for you, and avoid the salt, especially, and drink water. Even for those that are in the red zone, you definitely need to be drinking a lot of water. Limit your time outside as much as possible, or if you do, in short spurts, and make sure that you are continuing to hydrate. So Las Vegas and Phoenix metro areas are likely to top 110 degrees for the first time this year by midweek. Las Vegas has a high chance of greater than 70% chance of reaching 112 on Thursday, which would become the city's earliest observation of this temperature. Lower Rio Grande Valley, you're looking to exceed 115 degrees. That is ridiculous. That is hot. That is not my kind of weather. And this can be life-threatening if you do not have the adequate cooling, if you don't have AC. Those without power, this is going to be extremely important. You need to be reaching out to your electric company, Salvation Army, local churches, anybody who is able to potentially offer you assistance, maybe getting you an AC unit to be able to put in your home, or you need to be looking for areas in your immediate location, such as churches, other resources that may provide a place for you to stay to help keep you cool during these high peaks. That is something that your community hopefully is already advertising and communicating about. If not, if you call your electric company, they should have references as to who is able to help you. So please do that if you can. This is the current one that we've been dealing with today. Yeah. So this is kind of what we've been, the flooding, the strong winds. Trying to see. These are just kind of areas we've already discussed and gone over. So yeah, so at this point, looks like we've updated again. I just want to check these locations. Okay, so thankfully our tropical storms don't seem to be doing a whole lot, which is really, really good. I like that. Come back over here. We're going to re-pull up the radar so we can go back and look at that. Still got 2 viewers. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely fizzling out, which I like. I like to see, I like to hear. All right, yeah. Looks like flash flooding warnings, special weather statements. I'm not really seeing anything of major concern. So at this point, I definitely feel like it is safe to go ahead and end the live. With that being said, let's stop this sharing. Okay, so especially with it being the way that it is, we'll continue to monitor it and through the rest of the morning until we check in later this afternoon, which most likely will be going live on TikTok. So for those following us on there, you'll see that. We will also be sharing it to our other platforms such as Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We are working on all the kinks here with StreamYard so that we can provide you guys the best information in the fastest way possible and the most accurate way, but also allowing you guys to see what we see so that you can be more familiar with your location. So with the Stormmaster weather team, I'm Natalie.
Yep, this has been Stormy Vins and TL late night crew for Stormmaster Weather, where the viewers come first and the science comes second.
And the science second. Absolutely. So thank you guys again for tuning in. We're really looking forward to this. So we're gonna finish this out with our little intro and exit, and then we will post any updates if need be on our Facebook group, Stormmaster Weather. Yeah, otherwise we will see you later. All right. And that is the end of our stream, and we will see you guys later. Have a great morning, and for those that stayed up, it's time to go to bed. We'll see you guys later.